Most people fear chaos. The strategist? He prepares for it. Sun Tzu didn't teach us to avoid uncertainty. He taught us how to use it. Because while others panic, the prepared rise. We live in a world obsessed with control, schedules, goals, 5-year plans. But life doesn't care about your calendar. It brings recessions, pandemics, betrayals, and curveballs. The greatest mistake? Believing that chaos is the enemy. Sun Tzu, in The Art of War, warned, "In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity." Chaos is not a breakdown, it's a transformation. The question is, are you ready for it? Here's the truth. If you only prepare for the ideal, the moment things collapse, so will you. But if you plan for uncertainty, you build mental and strategic flexibility. Great military leaders don't just plan for the battle they want. They plan for what happens when everything goes wrong. Think of 2020. Businesses shut down, jobs vanished, people froze, stuck in fear. But some, they launched online stores, built remote businesses, started YouTube channels. They planned for chaos. And when it hit, they didn't react. They executed. Chaos strips away illusions. It shows you who you are, what you've really built. If you've only prepared for comfort, you'll crumble when pressure hits. But if you've trained your mind to expect uncertainty, you won't panic. You'll pivot. Sun Tzu taught that a good strategy is like water, shapeless, adaptable, flowing around obstacles. Just as water avoids the high and flows to the low, a wise commander adapts his strategy to the situation. You can't control chaos, but you can position yourself to benefit from it. Every storm is a test and an invitation, not just to survive, but to rise. Let's break it down into 3 forms of chaos that you'll face and how to turn each into fuel. 1. Economic chaos. These includes job loss, inflation, sudden downturns. Response: build multiple income streams. Don't depend on one employer, one product, or one platform. Diversify like a general spreads his forces. 2. Emotional chaos. These includes breakups, setbacks, mental storms. Response: prepare your mindset, journal, meditate, train your reaction. Calm is a superpower in a storm. 3. Social chaos. These includes changing trends, politics, and digital noise. Response: stay informed, not overwhelmed. Don't follow the herd, observe it. That's where opportunity hides. Here's how to plan for chaos. 1. Build flexible systems. In life and business, create systems that can adapt, not just operate. Rigid systems collapse under pressure. Whether it's a business model, daily routine, or financial plan, inflexibility makes you fragile. Chaos rewards those who can shift gears fast. In business, use modular strategies, products or services that can be tweaked based on market conditions. In personal life, avoid overscheduling. Leave room in your calendar, finances, and commitments for surprises. Flexibility isn't laziness. It's the deliberate design of resilient structures that can bend without breaking. Example: companies like Amazon or Netflix thrived through chaos like COVID because they had tech infrastructures and decision-making models built to adapt quickly. 2. Train your emotions. Stay calm when others panic. Journaling, breathwork, or even stoic reflection can help. In chaos, emotions hijack reason. The ability to regulate your internal state is more valuable than intelligence in unpredictable times. Journaling helps process thoughts and patterns, building self-awareness. Breathwork and mindfulness reduce the fight-or-flight response, anchoring you in the moment. Stoicism teaches you to separate what you control from what you don't, a vital skill when the world feels unstable. Marcus Aurelius says, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." 3. Have a pivot plan. If plan A fails, what's your plan B and C? Chaos disrupts even the best strategies. What separates survivors from victims is foresight, the expectation of failure followed by intentional preparation. Make pivoting a normal part of your planning process. Don't emotionally attach to one method of success. Define trigger points in advance. Example, if this happens, I switch to plan B. Entrepreneurs who had digital pivots during lockdowns, like restaurants switching to meal kits or online cooking classes, stayed afloat while others sank. 4. Study crises. Learn from history. What did others do right? What failed? Every era of chaos leaves behind clues. Study economic crashes, personal tragedies, wars, or pandemics. Look at who thrived and why. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. Collect case studies of resilience. Use others' pain as your preparation. Example: those who studied the 2008 financial crisis were better equipped to navigate crypto crashes or market volatility years later. 5. See the hidden door. Every collapse has a hidden door, a new market, a deeper strength, a better strategy. Chaos often looks like destruction, but it can be a disguised invitation to reinvent yourself, find an overlooked opportunity, or break limiting beliefs. Train yourself to ask, what is this trying to show me? Look where others aren't looking. Seek the anti-fragile angle, where stress makes you stronger, not weaker. Example: during layoffs, some people launched their own brands. During divorce, some rediscovered their purpose. It's not just about survival, it's about emergence. Navy SEALs train in controlled chaos, simulated failures, underwater panic, loud noises. Why? Because when real chaos hits, they're not shocked, they're ready. And you don't need to be in the military to adopt that mindset. Life throws chaos. Your response decides whether it breaks you or builds you. Chaos is not the enemy, unpreparedness is. Because when the world shakes, the untrained fall. But the strategist, he sees the gap, he makes the move, and while others panic, he positions himself to win. Ask yourself, if chaos hit your life today, would you freeze or would you flow? Would you panic or would you pivot? Because in chaos, the prepared don't just survive, they capitalize. Most people wait for stability to act, but you're going to prepare for instability. You're going to become unshakable in a shaking world. Remember this, you don't rise in the absence of chaos, you rise because of it. So don't fear the storm. Become the strategist who sails through it. Plan for chaos and turn uncertainty into your opportunity.